Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, I am Madarina Hikmah NST. I am from class B. So here I would like to explain you about assessing grammar, reading, writing, speaking, and listening for fulfillment my final test of language learning assessment. Okay, let's check it out. Assessing grammar 5 characteristics to measure communicative grammar. The first is the test must provide more context than only one single sentence. The test taker should understand what the communicative purpose of task is, and the third, he or she should also know who the intended audience is. And four, he or she must have to focus on meaning and not form to answer correctly, recognize is not sufficient, and the test taker must be able to produce grammatical response. Example of assessing grammar is games. Games is designed to restrict the language need. Usually, these games are defined by their focus on the use of language, limited option for communication, and accuracy. The example of games as follow is split sentence. Write out some sentence and then cut each sentence in half. Hand out these pieces to students and ask them to find the matches half among the students and students' ability in combine sentence and grammar knowledge to all forms of the sentence. Sentence from picture. The first is hand out the set of picture. Ask students to come out sentence from the picture or ask students to tell a story. Enough grammar knowledge to make sentence by students and also have accuracy. And the third is memory test. Give limited time for students to see the picture. Ask the student to describe the picture without seeing it and testing students' ability of making sentence or enough grammar knowledge, and it's also have accuracy and the transformation of student sentence. Assessing reading. Several types of informal assessment options are available to teacher, including the following is the 1 observation and 2 self-reporting measures, and then progress chart 4 performance inventories, and participation and engagement records, and finally is portfolios. And in assessing reading, there are 3 levels of assessing comprehension. The first level is literal comprehension. It's the most obvious. Comprehension at this level involves surface meaning. At this level, teacher can ask students to find information and ideas that are explicitly stated in the text. The second level is a interpretive or referential comprehension. At this level, students go beyond what is said and read for deeper meaning. They must be able to read critically and analyze carefully what they have read. Students need to be able to see relationship among ideas, for example, how ideas go together, and also see the implied meanings of these ideas. It's also obvious that before our students can do this, they have to first understand the ideas that are stated. And the third level of comprehension is critical reading, whereby ideas and information are evaluated. Critical evaluation occurs only after our students have understood the ideas and information. Assessing speaking. Basic types of speaking is one is imitative. This is the ability to simply parrot back or imitate a word or phrase or possible a sentence, while this is a purely phonetic levels of oral production. A number of prosodic, lexical, and grammatical properties of language may be included. And the next is intensive. Intensive is the production of short stretches of oral language designed to demonstrate competence in a narrow band of grammatical, prosodic, lexical, or phonological relationship. And the third is responsive. Responsive assessment tasks include introduction and the test comprehension, but at the somewhat limited levels of very short conversations, standard greetings and small talk, simple requests and comment, and the like. And the next is interactive. Interactive can take the two forms of transactional language, which has the purpose of exchanging specific information. And the next is extensive or monologue. Extensive oral production tasks include speeches, oral presentation as like that, and storytelling, during which the opportunity for oral interaction from listener is either highly limited or ruled out altogether. And the next topic is assessing tasks is responsive speaking. A responsive assessment tasks include interaction and task composition, standard grading, and small simple requests and the like. The next is question and answer. Question and answer tasks can consist of one or two questions from an interviewer, or they can make up a portion of a whole battery of questions and prompt in an oral interview. Assessing writing. The first topic is genres of written language. The first is academic writing, including papers and general subject reports, essay or composition, academical focused journal. And the second is job-related writing. The first is message, for example, phone message, and letters or emails, memos, reports like a job evaluation or project reports. And finally is personal writing. The example are letters, emails, greeting cards, invitation, message and notes, calendars entries, shopping lists, reminders, financial documents like checks, tax form, or loan application. And the next topic is types of writing performance. The first is imitative. This category includes the ability to spell correctly and to perceive phoneme or grapheme correspondence in the English spelling system. And the second is intensive or controlled. These skills and production appreciate vocabulary within a context, collocations and idioms, and correct grammatical features of the length of sentence. And the third is responsive, require learners to perform at a limited discourse level, connecting sentences into a paragraph and creating a logical connected sequence of 2 or 3 paragraphs. And fourth is extensive. This extensive applies successful management of all the process and strategies of writing purposes. Assessing listening. 4 types of listening is deep listening. Deep listening occurs when you're committed to understand the speaker's perspective. And the next is full listening. Full listening happens paying close and carefully attention to what the speaker is conveying. And the next is critical listening. Critical listening involves using systematic reasoning and careful thought to analyze the speaker's message and separate fact from opinion. And the next is therapeutic listening. Therapeutic listening has meaning allowing a friend, colleague, or family member to discuss their problem. Intensive listening. In making listening question, avoid words that can confuse the test taker, like recognizing phonological and morphological elements, such as phonetic pairs, consonants. For example, the difference with a word his or with cs, and phonetic pairs, the difference between C means loud or C means melihat. And then morphological pair, akhiran ed in the sentence you called me, between you call me, and then stress pattern like she can't pick me up, but the test taker said I can't pick me up. And then paraphrase recognizes sentence paraphrase like the test taker said hello, my name is Keiko, I'm from Japan, but the test taker read Keiko is a Japanese. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.